In this recording, we will have a look at how to get certificates to our server and uh, basically make our server respond on HTTPS traffic. Because of right now, if we visit our server, that one isn't working. But if we no, I have something wrong with that one. Let's go to this one. Yeah, so if we try to access our server, we will see that we have a connection that is not secure, and that is no good. We should always serve our pages using HTTPS, so we need to install that. There are several ways you can do this, how you can do this on your server. In this demo, I will show how to use the service called Let's Encrypt from Mozilla. So this one arose some years ago as a free alternative because Mozilla wanted the web to be secure, basically. So they have offered this for free. So you can create your own certificates using Let's Encrypt and connect them to your domain. They also have something called Certbot that will help us renew our certificates, because the certificates from Let's Encrypt, I think, has a default activation period, or they are valid for 3 months only. So it's a good thing to install something on our server that will make it so that the renewal process will be automatic every 3 months, and they have fixed this in a really simple manner, and a simple way. So let's have a look at how to do this. So this Let's Encrypt. We go to get started. I should also, before we get started, I can show this picture once again. That what we want to accomplish is to have an encrypted connection between the client and our Nginx server. There is no need to have the certificates installed in Node or anything, because we can have internal traffic as HTTP. That is totally fine, and it's even quicker than HTTP traffic, so I would recommend you having this set up. It's a whole nother deal if we have a big organization where Nginx is the front proxy, and we have like a big network behind the proxy that with hundreds of servers and different personnel coming in and doing maintenance on those servers. In that case, they will be able to eavesdrop on the traffic between the Nginx and the Node application in this case. And in that case, we actually might need to have HTTPS or another secure protocol on the inside of our network. However, in our case, we're just running this on the same machine, so there is no need to have HTTPS between the proxy and the application. So let's get to the getting started. We want to do this using shell access, and we will use their client called Certbot. So we go to the Certbot site, and in this case, we need to specify my HTTP website is running on an Nginx on a Ubuntu, in this case 2004. And then we will get the exact instructions on how to do this. So first of all, SSH into the server. Let's do that. Okay, install snapd. However, it's all, I can't do that like that. Well, snapd should already be installed on your servers, so you shouldn't need to install it. It's called snap, the command. So if I do a sudo snap, okay, it didn't. Yeah, you can see that the command is installed at least. So we can skip that second step. We'll make sure that we have the correct version of Snap, so we run that command. It will download and install the latest refresh or packages to Snap. This could take a while. No, finally done. Okay. If you have any other Certbot packages, you should remove them. However, this is a fresh install, so we don't need to do that. Now we need to install Certbot. This might take a couple of minutes, so I will start the installation and then I will pause. Okay, it was fairly quick actually. Uh, Now we need to create a symbolic link to a separate directory to get the certbot command to work. So we do that. And now we're ready to go. Now we have installed Certbot on our machine. And now we can use Certbot to create our certificates and actually configure Nginx for us. So we don't need to do any configuration. Uh, in our case, we want to do that, so we use this command. Now we need to answer some questions. We need to answer who is responsible for this certificate. In my case, it's like that. We need to accept the terms of service. Please read them if you like. Would you be well, blah, 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 blah. Is it okay for them to send you emails? In my case, I would answer no on that one. What it does now is actually looking in our configurations files for Nginx, and it will find that we have a server block for CS Cloud for this one. And it's actually asking, is it okay? Is it this one you want to add the certificate to? If you have multiple, you can add a certificate to multiple server blocks, but since we only have one, I will actually answer one. Now it will get the certificate, setting it up, and it will also configure Nginx and actually restart Nginx for us as well. So congratulations, you have successfully enabled this. So yes, let's try it. So we are on this unsecured connection. If I just reload this page, you will see that voila, we are now on a secure connection. So I didn't even have to write HTTP. It will redirect HTTP request to HTTPS by default. And I guess we can see this if we look in the network and we clear. And we go to HTTP. We get two records here. First of all, we tried to go to HTTP CS Cloud. However, we got a redirect moved permanently to HTTPS instead. So now we are on HTTPS all the time. There is no way for us to run our site using HTTP anymore. But that's a good thing. That's actually what we want. So I said that this certificate is valid through it's actually it's 3 months, right? So it's valid to the 3rd of March in this case, and it will actually renew itself when we reach that time period. And you can try that. You can see that everything is working. It has set up a cron job in the background that will wake this certbot up when it's time and renew the certificate. You can do a dry run just to try it and see if that would work, and it probably will. However, by that maybe the course has ended, so there is no need for you to actually renew the certificates. But it's a good thing to know if you do this on a production server. There is one thing to note though. If we go to, let's encrypt in the documentation, we have a rate limit. We cannot create how many certificates that we like. Of course, there is some kind of limit. The problem with this is that the limit is for the registered domain, and you can only do 50 certificates per week on that domain. In our case, that means that we can only do 50 certificates a week on lnu.se. You might be more than 100 students or more than 50 students taking this course. So hopefully you will be able to generate your certificates. Otherwise, you just have to wait a day or two to get new quotas. I'm pretty confident that all the instance will not make the certificates all at once in the same week, so this will not be a problem. However, just be aware that when you try the last step, you might get too many certificates already issued for exact set of domains. Please let me know if this happens. Take a screenshot and show me. It would be nice to see that happen. And just know that if you get that, just wait. There is another alternative, and that is that you issue your own certificate, your self-signed certificate, and that's also a way. And I will show that in a future demo if you want to go that route. However, it's quite nice to have this official, actually valid certificate. And this is something, of course, that you can use in a public web application in production, if you like. So before we end, we should have a look at one thing though. Remember I said that the Nginx configuration has been altered, and we should have a look at that. So let's go to Nginx and go into our confd. I will not change this one. So CS Cloud, like that. Things have happened without our control in this case. So, and it has started on this row, and you can see that it says managed by Certbot. So this is not us have altered this. So what has happened? Well, first of all, listen 8080 has been removed from this server configuration and added to this server configuration. What this server configuration is doing is that it also looks at the CS Cloud 216 LNU.se, and it listens on port 80. So this one is dedicated for HTTP traffic. So it listens on port 80. As soon as someone is visiting this host, it will return a 301 and redirect to our host and the requested URI over HTTPS. So this is basically the redirection that is going on. We can just leave this as is, works perfect. And in this server block, we instead now listen on 443 over SSL. So we can also be pretty confident that CertJob has done its job. It's pointing at, and here you can actually find where your key chains are located, and they are located in EDC, Let's Encrypt, Folder Live, CS Cloud, and so on. But I mean, as soon as this certificate has expired and the Certbot is creating a new one, it will also update the records in this file. So you don't need to care about that. But it's just good to know what happened when we installed Certbot. If you're handling your own certificates, you need to do this by your own. And by that, we will end this video, and we will next look at how to add HTTP2 to our applications.